kind of expecting both of these players to do that kind of early push top that we've seen a lot of the times where they clear that Lillipup and then the 2 buff Pokemon, and then they kind of show up to try and prevent some of those stacks from happening that we talked about here. We see fights breaking out in the bottom path with Lucario bottom for Nouns Esports like we saw yesterday during the event.
It's really interesting seeing this Lucario here in the bottom path, and of course Trevenant Lucario for both teams in the top path stacking up. Ooh, it looks like this Zarina could be caught out. It's in a really bad position here. Can it get home? Can this Lucario get home? A lot of fighting, and Zarina does go down.
Yeah, Focus Band almost saving Zarina there, but not quite enough thanks to the Meteor Mash from Red Maw pushing it back towards the right side of the map there. Great assistance from Nouns Esports support characters as Gatlu gets caught in the central area from Apprentice here.
And you can see those 2 buffs on Apprentice, both on Lucario and Dragonair, meaning they got a nice KO on the Dragonair of Nouns Esports here. Apprentice looking good here in this top path.
Yeah, just completely uncontested beats. They're getting an incredible amount of experience. Getting a really strong early lead here as we head on in to that first Dreadnought objective at the 7-minute mark.
And taking a look here, I mean, they've got that level 6 Dragonair already. They're probably going to be Dragonite by this first objective. Both teams really want that level 8 on their Dragonair to become Dragonite. It's so massive for this Dreadnought. These Hyper Beams can secure objectives like pretty much nothing else.
Yeah, so we saw extreme speed from Lucario for Apprentice. Do we have Power Up Punch from Nouns Esports? They typically favor playing a heavier secure build with Dragonair going down again for Nouns Esports here in the central area with level 7 on that Lucario.
Wow, I mean, this is really sharp here, I think, from Apprentice. They know the game, and it's stopping Dragonite from becoming Dragonite. And Nouns is going to have to figure out a way to answer this because that Dragonite is about to evolve on Apprentice. If they're behind here at this first Dreadnought, it's going to be a difficult fight for them.
There have been so many knockouts in the first 2.5 minutes of this game. And look at this here. Dragonite is a full 2 levels under, but that is huge catch-up experience. The level 6 Dragonair catapults almost entirely to 8 with that KO.
Wow, Apprentice really giving up that lead that they had early there. We are definitely going to see a Dragonite for both teams here at this Dreadnought that's coming up in about 20 seconds in our bottom path. Often looked at as the most important objective in the game outside of course, Zapdos.
That Dreadnought is not only going to heal your team and give you some shields, but it's going to spread experience out across all of your characters, meaning that your team is far more likely to hit those powerful Unite moves before the opposing team, giving you an incredible edge in future team fights.
Here we go. We've got a bit of a showdown right now. Some damage onto Dreadnought, but it looks like everyone is they're backing up here, possibly resetting. Can they make it through the portal? Gatlu could not. They're putting damage onto this Dreadnought. Where is Apprentice? They're nowhere to be found. The Hyper Beam secures it. Apprentice couldn't even get in.
Yeah, incredible forward positioning from Nouns Esports there, and then having the game awareness to say, hey, the other team's not here. Let's just take this objective off the map before we have to fight for it. Huge dunk here, getting this point to a perfect 1 so they can get the maximum overdunk in later.
Wow, Apprentice, I felt like was really on it early. And honestly, Jeff, I don't even know where they were in that fight. I know they were being pushed out, but I didn't see Apprentice almost anywhere. And Nouns is ahead right now, way ahead.
Yeah, we see that power-up punch there from Red Maw, along with close combat, giving them incredible secure potential for those objective secures, although not quite the same level of mobility compared to Apprentice's Lucario with extreme speed.
Here we go, just taking this Rotom down. Big close combat, Hyper Beam, power-up punch. I mean, how many secure moves do you need? All of them onto that Rotom. It's going to push towards Apprentice top path. I'm not sure if they're trying to push this in or not, but they're being pretty aggressive up here in this top path, putting a lot of damage onto Apprentice.
Yeah, this Lucario Dragonite 1-2 punch was securing. Huge Unite move from Blissey, though. They're getting a KO in almost a second.
Yeah, beautiful move from Apprentice right there. They recognized that Nouns was not really putting enough pressure on to make anything happen. We had Lucario jump in with a nice Unite. Blissey following it up. Wow, everyone's getting caught today, Jeff.
That was a huge knockout again in terms of catch-up experience. Get that Hoopa well into its level 9 as they just get traded back and forth again. And again, a big beam's going to line up here, and Zarina narrowly gets out for this reset.
Wow, I mean, big triple KO there for Zante, the Serena on Apprentice. These two teams are pretty similar, but that huge difference is the Zarina and the Trevenant. Also, of course, there's a ton of strategy difference, a ton of play style difference. We've got another Dreadnought coming up already. Both teams have their level 9 on Hoopa, which means the Unite moves are coming out and everyone's flying into this fight.
Yeah, this second Dreadnought fight's gonna be a lot more explosive than the first. All these Unite moves back and forth. So the first member goes down for Noun Esports, and the objective flip happens, and it looks like Noun Esports secures yet another Dreadnought here.
Wow, this time with the Trevenant, I don't know if it was a curse or a horn leech or what was it, but they were able to get it here. Nouns has taken every single objective. Now, when it comes to fighting, I'd say both of these teams are a lot more even, but when it comes to objectives, it's not even close. They've taken everything on the map.
We've said Noun Esports is the team to beat in the EU, and a big part of what makes them exactly that is their ability to secure objectives just seems completely unmatched by any other teams in the region. And in part, that is because of their choice to play things like this power-up punch Lucario.
Here we go. Look at this Zante just waiting in this bush. Serena hoping to get a big catch here. They're probably looking for that Dragonite. If you can shut down Dragonite, that's a big win for your team. Sending this Rotom back with the Horn Leech here, just getting it away from Apprentice, and once again, Noun secures another objective. It feels like they couldn't not secure an objective if they tried.
4 for 4 on objectives going over to Noun Esports. However, the question will be that Big Bird is going to be spawning in the middle in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Can they secure that one as well?
Wow, and just watching this tree chase them down right here. It's following this big Unite move here. I mean, there's not a lot of time to use it until Zap, so you're going to have to try to do something here. Can they take down this Serena? Look at this Horn Leech right here. Oh my God. Atlu just being incredibly mean and getting taken down finally by Dragonite here from Apprentice Shelvin.
Yeah, it's hard to be too upset with that exchange overall on Gatlu's side. I think, you know, you were 2v1, you took out one of them before they took out you. Really impressive showing on the durability of the Trevenant there in that engagement.
Taking a look at Apprentice here, just getting a lot of experience right now. We've got 1 minute until Zapdos is on the map. Apprentice knows they need to win a big fight because I think they're pretty confident that they're not going to win an objective secure over Nouns Esports. That Dragonite needs to go down, that Lucario needs to go down for them to have a shot here. Apprentice barely at this fight here. Let's see if Nouns is able to secure this one. Once again, Hyper Beam gets it.
Yeah, and this objective is kind of a big deal here. Levels were close for these teams, but Nouns Esports Dragonite Adesu is now almost level 14. You get big stat increases in Pokemon at those final 2 levels, 14 and 15, and that can definitely be the make or break difference in the final engagement that's going to start here in 10 seconds.
Take a look at this here, our first Zapdos of the day, Jeff, and it looks like Nouns is positioned so well here. They know exactly where Apprentice is coming in at. They see that this Dragonite is moving around top right now. They kind of have this entire setup covered right now so they can see what they are doing. The question is, are they going to start attacking this, or do they want to try to take this fight first?
Yeah, I think Noun Esports is actually in a position where they would rather fight than flip this objective start, just because they have multiple level 14s at this point, and Red Ball is about to be level 13 as well. There's a huge Unite move from Zarina before she gets ultimately... Oh, Blissey save there. Huge.
Wow, so close. No one has gone down yet, but here we go. The Unite move's coming out from Lucario. This is a full-on fight. No one is even touching this Zapdos right now. They're trying to take members down. Lucario does go down for Apprentice right here, and now it looks like Nouns has turned onto the Zapdos. One goes down. They're keeping them out of the Zapdos pit right here, and the flip is almost on. We see the Hoopa pushing them out, and here we go. Nouns looking for their first secure of the day, and they get it. Easy peasy. Nouns Esports with an easy Zapdos.
Yeah, that was really fantastically executed on Noun's side. They had control of that central area pit the entire time there, and at no point were they risking getting knocked out or flipping that objective. And we see them cleverly all depositing their Aeos energy into the central goal zone here, which means even if Apprentice is somehow able to overcome this 580-point differential, there's still an outside point for Apprentice that 100 more points can easily be deposited into.
Yeah, and you can see members of Nouns moving around the map right now, just picking up some Aeos energy, most likely that Dragonite, because it's the most mobile member of the team. It can just bounce up to that goal at any point. Nouns can give this point up. Of course, they want to stall Apprentice as long as possible, but this goal being broken doesn't really change anything for Nouns right now. This is just a bit of a waiting game.
God, it is just so impossible to push a Trevenant off of a point. The curse just means you hit everyone passively to prevent even small scores from happening, and you're just so durable with this Horn Leech attack.
Big first match here, and it probably went the way a lot of us expected, given that Nouns is just an unbelievable team. We got Shelvin doing a little dancing here as they get ready to take their central area. Gatlu and Klaus up here in the top path, and we're fighting here in the bottom over this Audino, secured by Bruv. Of course, the incredible Blissey player on Nouns Esports.
I love this for Red Ball. Players frequently leaving one of those A-Palms in the back for later, and Red Ball going, I'm gonna run back and steal this and get another attack weight stack here in the bottom path.
Very, very beautiful play right there. You love to see it. It feels like something that we've seen Absol doing lately, and they're just using a Lucario to make that same play happen.
Yeah, the evolution of this bottom path to include melee characters is a really interesting development in competitive. It used to be that you wouldn't get caught out without having 2 range characters in this bottom path, but we've kind of evolved past that at this point.
Yeah, the game is becoming more and more dynamic every time these teams meet each other at these tournaments. You know, you have to react to what everyone's doing. You have to come up with new strategies right here. It looks like that sword ripped that apart pretty well. Gatlu might be going down here. No, they're actually having to back off. Apprentice is going down. The sword's trying to run right now, but the Dragon Dance is trying to catch up to it. Big scores here for Nouns Esports, and they are going to back off now that Hoop is coming up.
Yeah, speaking of range versus melee there, the range on this Dasu Dragonite being instrumental in being able to not only KO that Lucario, but also push Aegislash all the way out for Apprentice there.
Taking a look here, it looks like everyone's just resetting. There's a little bit of a calm before the storm. Why did I even say that? Here we go. 3 on the goal here in the top path. Apprentice putting the points on the board while Gatlu was gone. We do see Trevenant has evolved. It's got the curse and it's pushing everyone away.
There is no calm, Spriggles. There is only team fight as these 2 incredible teams push on each other's goals again and again and again with the goal of getting those stacks in to make their stats more powerful as this game continues.
Here we go. We actually have a power-up punch this time from Apprentice, so they have switched off the E speed. They're deciding that it's time to fight inside these big fights, but they need to secure objectives just as good as Nouns does.
Yeah, maybe perhaps hoping to lean on their Lucario a little bit more for those objectives secure, since Aegislash is a little bit worse than Dragonite in that department. Huge knockout for Gatlu here just before the reset would have been possible.
Oh my gosh, this Trevenant is amazing, and look at all these stacks that they're getting early. More health, more damage, and Trevenant works off health as being part of the day. It's just a whole thing, Jeff.
And you can see, Trev, look at the health total going in the opposite direction it would normally be as that Horn Leech heals it right back up. And here's the fight breaking out here on the beach before this first Dreadnought. Aegislash chopping through Nouns Esports.
This is exactly what Apprentice needs to do right here. Their plan was to win this fight, especially with this Aegislash. It already takes down this Blissey, and you can see here Apprentice trying to put a little damage onto this Dreadnought. No, but it looks like Apprentice is now being taken out. Their Blissey goes down here. Dragonite is back. It is resetting, and they're getting ready to take this Dreadnought after they hopefully, wow, stop the reset there on Zarina and maybe get a KO right here. This fight is continuing. Sword is here. Sword is fighting. Tree just got a wonderful reset right there, and now the objective is going down. Nouns secures with the Hyper Beam once again.
It felt like Apprentice was just incredibly outmatched on a micro level inside of that engagement in its entirety. Every reset they tried to get on Apprentice's side was pushed out by the Trevenant, while on the opposite side, Nouns Esports was able to successfully get their characters back to base to reset their health and get right back into the fight.
And look at this here, the Tree just stacking in their faces. Oh, and a Unite move, and now they have to deal with this here. Lucario heading to the top path right now. I don't know if Hoopa's gonna get out of here. It feels like this is just mean right now. Gosh, Tree.
Look at the Trevenant's life total. It goes up, it goes down, but it does not seem to want to get knocked out.
Here we go. The sword needs to take it out here. They have to. Okay. Shelvin with the level 9. Big Unite move on the Blissey here in the top path, and they obviously wanted to stop that Rotom from being secured, but it was not possible. Secured once again by Nouns Esports.
Dragonite getting a 2 KO streak for Nouns. They're taking out the Zarina after likely securing this Rotom objective here in the top as Redmond dives in to stack up some damage here.
They're trying to push this in. It would be a nice one to get into the goal, but no, it is stopped by Apprentice here. However, Nouns is here to fight them on their goal. Sword is coming up top here, but it didn't get to do anything. Deleted by a hyper beam right when it just woke up. Triple KO. Wow.
What huge series of knockouts here. 17 goes in, 40 goes in, a 29-point overcap for Nouns Esports, increasing their lead from 100 to 183 to just 61 as we head on in to the second Dreadnought objective of this game.
Wow, I mean, these are two incredible teams here, but there's no question why Nouns Esports is one of the best ever to play the game. They're just amazing in every fight in this match.
Yeah, as we position around here at the bottom, I have to wonder, is Nouns Esports going to add yet another objective to the list they've secured over the course of this match?
Here we go. Both Hoopas uniting. Lucario goes down once again. A big hyper beam. And here comes the sword, looking to see if it can clean something up in this fight. But no, deleted by the Hoopa right here. And there we go. Another objective this time. Oh, no! This time to Apprentice. Apprentice gets the objective and a double KO.
That is triple KO. Zarina really getting to pop off here. Those Queen's Majesty's resets, allowing her to burst for incredible amounts of damage, showing the strength of this all-rounder character for sure.
Apprentice coming back here, fighting very well at that Dreadnought. This was a really nice pickup for them. They're still behind in score, but some big experience swings for the team for sure.
Yeah, the question's going to be, Aegislash is currently down 2 levels compared to Dragonite on Nouns Esports side. Can they find knockouts or enough wild Pokemon to hit that level 13 breakpoint in the next 90 seconds?
You know, it feels like this Aegislash was looked at as an answer possibly to some of what's going on here from Nouns Esports. But really, the Zarina, even in game 1, feels like a bit of a star here on Apprentice. It is putting in work.
But one of the key things to note about this Aegislash is, I mentioned that if it's at parity, it can be an impressive presence in these team fights. When it is down 2 levels here to Dragonite on Nouns Esports side, it doesn't matter that Aegislash is a good at team fighting if it's just outclassed in terms of levels.
Absolutely. And, you know, we always think about Hyper Beam, of course, as this move that secures the Dreadnought, takes out wild Pokemon, takes down the Zapdos, but it does insane damage to the enemy Pokemon as well. And they have been using that to their advantage here from Nouns Esports. 40 seconds left until what could be the last Zapdos before we know who's heading to the World Championships.
We see brawls breaking out here in both the top and bottom paths. Apprentice playing to the top path, hoping to ignore this Dreadnought and get value somewhere else. But now Esports responding in kind and bringing the fight to them, skipping this objective and getting some incredible knockouts here.
Boy, they're trying to chase down this sword. Wow, huge Unite move there from Trevenant. They want this fight to happen right now. Aegislash goes down. 3 members of Apprentice are down. That means that they might not make it back in time for this Zapdos. And you can see Gotlu here just standing at where they're going to fly in. Nouns is going to try to rip this thing with no one from Apprentice here. Here we go. Can Nouns take it down? They do. Once again, securing this Zapdos with that big Hyper Beam. Nouns is on their way to Worlds if they don't get KO'd here.
Yeah, that play there, I think, is one of the things that really highlights the strength and game awareness of what makes Nouns Esports one of, if not the best team in the EU. They understood what the fight was about. It was about removing Shelvin, this enemy Aegislash carry that could secure the objective, and they used their Unite move at a time where normally you would think, I don't want to use my Unite move here, to start that engage early so they can then safely take the objective off the board.
Here we go. That Zapdos went down very, very fast. So that means there's time. There's time right now. You can see members of Apprentice. They're attacking wild Pokemon, charging up their Unite moves, getting enough Eos energy. This match is not over if they can win a massive fight. If they're able to KO Nouns Esports and everyone put points on the board, they can come back and win this thing. It's going to be really tough for them, though, because we see the Dragonite from Nouns running across the map to do some counter scoring of their own. Lucario making up this top path here, but the team is not ready to fight yet. Currently, they're just chasing down this Dragonite.
Yeah, look at 3 people chasing this Dragonite. You know what these 3 people chasing the Dragonite aren't doing, Spriggles? They're not scoring themselves. And while this dunk is not going to go in, now all of these people are all the way back at this home base for Apprentice, and this game is over. Apprentice cannot get get across the map and win a team fight here. They're going to take a Dasu down, though, just for good measure.
Wow, I mean, what a play there from Nouns Esports, knowing that if it distracted them, they couldn't win, but also knowing that if it put another 100 points on the board, there was no way Apprentice could come back. That is why they are such an amazing team. That is why they are heading to the World Championships in London. Nouns Esports, your first team from the EU to punch their ticket. Congratulations to one of the best to play the game.
There were 11 objectives in this match, Spraggles, and Noun Esports secured 10 of them.